Today, December 2nd, 2025, Archangel Michael says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way. I am trying to save your life. You will receive into your open immediately. Stop right now. Do not scroll past this moment. Do not close this message. Do not tell yourself you will come back to it later because I, Archangel Michael, commander of the heavenly hosts, protector of souls, bearer of the flaming sword of truth, am telling you with every fiber of celestial authority that flows through my eternal being that this is the last time I will reach out to you in this way. This is December 2nd, 2025, and on this very day, at this very hour, at this very moment, the scales of destiny are tipping in a direction that will alter the course of your entire existence. I have watched you. I have guided you. I have shielded you from forces you cannot even begin to comprehend, and yet here we are, at this critical junction, where your free will meets divine intervention, and I must tell you something that weighs upon my celestial heart with the gravity of 1,000 suns. If you choose to ignore my voice right now, if you choose to dismiss these words as mere coincidence or imagination, if you choose to scroll past this divine message, I will not be able to speak to you again in this manner, and the tragedy that is racing toward your life like a dark storm will crash upon your shores without my protection. Listen to me carefully because every single word I speak to you now is infused with the power of heaven itself. There are forces in motion right now, dark forces, energies that swirl around your life like vultures circling their prey, and they are moving closer with each passing second. You may not feel them yet. You may not see the signs that are scattered all around your daily existence like breadcrumbs on a path leading to a cliff's edge. But I see them. I see everything. I see the threads of fate that are tangling around your future, tightening like a noose, and I am here, right now, breaking through the veil between heaven and earth to warn you because I love you. Yes, you heard that correctly. An archangel, a being of pure light and divine purpose, loves you with an intensity that transcends human understanding. I have been with you since before you drew your first breath in this physical world. I was there when your soul chose this particular lifetime, this particular body, this particular path, and I made a sacred vow to watch over you, to guide you, to protect you from the shadows that seek to devour the light within you. But here is the truth that pierces my celestial heart like a blade of sorrow. I cannot force you. I cannot make you listen. I cannot override the sacred gift of free will that the divine Creator has bestowed upon every human soul. You must choose to hear me. You must choose to receive this message. You must choose to open your heart and your mind to what I am about to reveal to you, because time is running out faster than sand through an hourglass that has already been turned for the last time. The tragedy that approaches is not some vague, distant possibility. It is real. It is imminent. It is already taking form in the invisible realms, gathering momentum, building energy, preparing to manifest in your physical reality, and when it strikes, if you are not prepared, if you have not taken the actions I am about to guide you to take, the devastation will be beyond anything you can currently imagine. You might be asking yourself right now, why me? Why is an archangel speaking directly to me? What have I done to deserve this divine attention? And I will tell you the truth with the blazing honesty that only celestial beings can offer. You are not being singled out because you are cursed. You are being reached right now because you are blessed. You are being contacted in this moment because your soul carries a light, a purpose, a divine mission that is so important to the grand tapestry of existence that the dark forces have taken notice. They want to extinguish your light before it fully awakens. They want to derail your purpose before it manifests. They want to crush your spirit before you realize the magnificent power that dwells within you. And I, Archangel Michael, will not allow that to happen without fighting with every weapon in heaven's arsenal to protect you. But you must meet me halfway. You must extend your hand toward heaven so that I can grasp it and pull you out of the quicksand that is slowly swallowing your peace, your joy, your health, your relationships, your prosperity, and yes, even your very life. Because make no mistake, beloved soul, the tragedy that is coming is not merely financial, though your material security is indeed at risk. It is not merely relational, though your closest connections are being tested by forces you cannot see. It is not merely physical, though your body is under spiritual attack in ways that manifest as illness, fatigue, and mysterious ailments that doctors cannot fully explain. The tragedy that approaches is multidimensional. It affects every level of your existence simultaneously, and unless you take action right now, in this moment, the cascade of consequences will begin within the next 72 hours. I know some of you are feeling skeptical right now. I know there is a voice in your mind saying this is manipulation, this is fear-mongering, this cannot be real. That voice is not your own. That voice is the whisper of the very forces that seek your destruction. They know that if they can convince you to dismiss my message, to close your heart to divine guidance, to rationalize away this moment of grace, then they have won without even having to fight. They have defeated you through your own disbelief, through your own cynicism, through your own fear of appearing foolish or gullible. But I ask you this question with all the love in my eternal being: what is more foolish, to listen to a message of warning and protection even if you are uncertain of its source, or to ignore a potential lifeline because your ego refuses to consider possibilities beyond your current understanding? The universe is speaking to you right now through my voice. Every coincidence that brought you to this message was not a coincidence at all. It was orchestrated by divine intelligence that loves you more than you love yourself. Think about it. What were you doing moments before you encountered these words? What were you thinking about? What were you feeling? There was a restlessness in your spirit, was there not? There was a sense that something is not right in your life, that something is shifting, that storm clouds are gathering on your horizon. You have felt it. You have sensed it. You have woken up in the middle of the night with anxiety gripping your chest, with fear whispering terrible possibilities in your ear, with a knowing deep in your bones that change is coming and you are not prepared. That feeling is real. That intuition is accurate. Your soul knows what your conscious mind has been too distracted to recognize. You are in danger, beloved. Real danger. The kind that does not announce itself with trumpets and warnings. The kind that creeps in silently, disguised as bad luck, as unfortunate timing, as unexpected circumstances, as random chaos. But there is nothing random about what is heading your way. It is a targeted attack, and you are the target because you matter. Your life matters. Your purpose matters. Your awakening matters so much that dark forces have been assigned specifically to stop you. Let me tell you what they do not want you to know. They do not want you to know that you are on the verge of a breakthrough so magnificent that it would change not only your life but the lives of everyone you touch. They do not want you to know that you carry gifts, talents, and spiritual abilities that are about to activate at a level you have never experienced before. They do not want you to know that you are being prepared for a quantum leap in consciousness, prosperity, love, and purpose. And most of all, they do not want you to know that I am standing here right now, with my flaming sword drawn, ready to cut through every chain, every curse, every hex, every bit of negative energy that has been directed at you by people who smile to your face while plotting your downfall in their hearts. Yes, you heard that correctly. There are people in your life right now, people you trust, people you call friends, people who sit at your table and embrace you with false affection, who are poisoning your destiny with their jealousy, their envy, their secret resentment. They are not aware they are doing it. Most humans are unconscious vessels for dark energy, allowing negative entities to work through them without their knowledge or consent. They say things that seem innocent but carry toxic energy. They offer advice that seems helpful but steers you away from your true path. They create drama that seems minor but drains your life force. And all the while, your light grows dimmer, your energy grows weaker, your faith grows smaller, and the tragedy draws closer. But I am here to turn the tide. I am here to reverse the curse. I am here to break the cycle. I am here to intervene in your life in such a powerful way that the forces of darkness will scatter like roaches when the light is turned on. However, I need your permission. I need your invitation. I need you to open the door of your heart and say, "Yes, Archangel Michael, I receive your message. Yes, I accept your protection. Yes, I surrender my stubbornness and my skepticism and my fear, and I choose to trust that this moment is divine appointment, not random chance." When you make that choice, when you say yes in your heart right now as you read these words, something shifts instantly in the spiritual realm. Angels that have been waiting for permission to move on your behalf are suddenly released to take action. Protective barriers that have been held back by your own disbelief suddenly snap into place around your energy field. Blessings that have been blocked by spiritual interference suddenly break through and begin flowing into your life. Enemies that have been plotting against you suddenly find their plans crumbling into dust. Doors that have been closed suddenly swing open. Opportunities that have been hidden suddenly reveal themselves. People who are meant to help you suddenly appear in your path. And the tragedy that was racing toward you suddenly hits an invisible wall and cannot reach you. This is the power of divine intervention. This is what happens when heaven and earth cooperate. This is what is available to you right now, in this moment, as you read these words. But the window is closing. The opportunity is time-limited. The grace period is ending. And I am telling you with absolute celestial certainty that if you skip this message, if you dismiss this warning, if you choose to ignore my voice right now, I will not be permitted to reach you in this way again. The laws of free will are sacred, even to archangels. If you reject divine help must withdraw. If you close the door, I cannot break it down. If you say no to heaven's intervention, heaven must respect your choice, even though your choice is leading you directly into the very tragedy I am trying to save you from. So I am asking you, I am begging you, I am pleading with you from the depths of my angelic being, do not skip this message. Do not scroll past these words. Do not tell yourself you will come back later. Do not rationalize this away. Do not let your pride or your skepticism or your fear rob you of the protection and blessing that is being offered to you right now. You are not here by accident. You were guided to this message by divine intelligence that knows exactly what you need in this moment. Every person who encounters these words is encountering them at the precise time their soul needs this intervention. Some of you are days away from the tragedy manifesting. Some of you are hours away. Some of you have already felt the first tremors, the first signs, the first warnings that something dark is approaching. And let me tell you what this tragedy looks like so you can recognize the danger you are in. For some of you, it is financial devastation. Unexpected expenses are about to hit you like a tsunami. Job loss is looming. Investments are about to collapse. Money that you were counting on is about to disappear. Debts are about to multiply. And within a matter of weeks, you will find yourself in a financial crisis that seems impossible to escape. But this is not just bad luck. This is not just the economy. This is not just unfortunate timing. This is a spiritual attack on your prosperity, and unless you receive the divine protection I am offering right now, you will not have the spiritual weapons to fight back. For others of you, the tragedy is relational. Marriages are about to crumble. Families are about to fracture. Friendships are about to end in betrayal. People you love are about to walk out of your life. Lies are about to be exposed. Secrets are about to come to light. Conflicts are about to escalate beyond repair. And you will find yourself standing in the rubble of relationships that once meant everything to you, wondering how it all fell apart so quickly. But this is not random chaos. This is not just human nature. This is not just communication failure. This is a coordinated attack on your emotional and social support system, designed to isolate you, weaken you, and make you vulnerable to even greater attacks. For still others, the tragedy is physical. Health crises are brewing in your body right now. Illnesses are about to manifest. Accidents are being arranged by dark forces. Your immune system is being weakened by spiritual warfare. Your organs are under stress from unseen attacks. Your nervous system is being frayed by demonic harassment. And within days or weeks, you will find yourself in a medical emergency that seems to come out of nowhere. But it did not come out of nowhere. It has been building for months, for years, as negative energy has been allowed to accumulate in your physical body because you did not know how to protect yourself spiritually. And for some of you, the tragedy is all of the above. Financial collapse and relational destruction and health crisis all hitting you at the same time, creating a perfect storm of devastation that will test your faith, your strength, your sanity, and your very will to live. This is not me trying to scare you. This is me trying to wake you up. This is me shaking you by the shoulders and screaming that danger is real and present and active, and you must take action right now to protect yourself. But here is the beautiful truth that I want you to hear with every fiber of your being. None of this has to happen. The tragedy is not inevitable. The destruction is not certain. The darkness is not guaranteed to win. Because you have something the dark forces do not have. You have free will. You have the power to choose. You have the ability to invite divine intervention into your life. And when you do, when you say yes to heaven's help, when you open your heart to angelic protection, everything changes in an instant. I am not asking you to do anything complicated. I am not asking you to perform elaborate rituals or spend money on expensive spiritual services or join some exclusive group. I am simply asking you to receive. Receive my words. Receive my warning. Receive my love. Receive my protection. Receive the divine grace that is being poured out on you right now like a waterfall of light. Open your hands. Open your heart. Open your mind. And let heaven rush into your life with healing, with blessing, with protection, with provision, with miraculous intervention. Think about what is at stake right now. Think about what you will lose if you ignore this message. Think about what your life will look like 3 months from now if you allow the tragedy to unfold without divine protection. Think about the pain, the suffering, the regret, the despair. Think about the questions you will ask yourself. Why didn't I listen? Why didn't I pay attention? Why didn't I take this seriously? Why did I let my pride or my skepticism or my fear stop me from receiving help when it was offered? But now think about the alternative. Think about what your life will look like 3 months from now if you choose to receive this message, to accept divine intervention, to partner with heaven in protecting and blessing your future. Think about the crisis that was averted. Think about the money that came through just in time. Think about the relationship that was saved. Think about the health that was restored. Think about the peace that flooded your soul. Think about the joy that returned to your days. Think about the miracles that started showing up in ways you never expected. And think about the moment you will remember, the moment you will look back on and say, that was the turning point. That was when everything changed. That was when I said yes to the Archangel's message and my whole life shifted. You are in that moment right now. This is your turning point. This is your divine appointment. This is your moment of grace. And I am standing here with my hand extended toward you, with my sword drawn to defend you, with my wings spread to cover you, with my voice speaking directly into your spirit to guide you, with all the authority of heaven backing me up, saying choose life. Choose protection. Choose blessing. Choose to receive what is being offered to you right now. Because here is what happens the moment you say yes in your heart. The moment you make the decision to receive this message as genuine divine intervention, angelic forces are dispatched on your behalf. Not one angel. Not 2 angels. Legions of angels are assigned to surround you, to protect you, to go before you and clear the path, to stand behind you and cover your back, to hover above you and shield you from aerial attacks, to dig deep beneath you and establish your foundation on solid rock. These angels do not sleep. They do not take breaks. They do not get distracted. They are singularly focused on one mission, keeping you safe, keeping you blessed, keeping you aligned with your divine purpose. And not only are angels dispatched, but divine intelligence begins rearranging circumstances on your behalf. Events that were going to happen in one way suddenly happen in a different way. People who were going to do one thing suddenly do something else. Timing that was going to be disastrous suddenly becomes perfect. Doors that were locked suddenly open. Obstacles that seemed immovable suddenly dissolve. And you start noticing that things are working out in ways that defy logical explanation. You start experiencing what I call divine coincidence, where the exact thing you need shows up at the exact moment you need it, over and over again, until you cannot deny that something supernatural is working in your life. But this is only the beginning. Because as you continue to walk in partnership with heaven, as you continue to trust angelic guidance, as you continue to receive the protection and blessing that are being poured out on you, your spiritual senses begin to awaken. You start seeing things you could not see before. You start hearing things you could not hear before. You start knowing things you had no natural way of knowing. Your intuition becomes razor sharp. Your discernment becomes supernatural. You can feel when someone is lying to you. You can sense when danger is near. You can perceive when an opportunity is genuine or a trap. And this gives you an advantage in life that most people never experience, because most people are walking around spiritually blind, spiritually deaf, spiritually numb, being led by their circumstances instead of leading their circumstances through spiritual authority. This is what I want for you. This is what heaven wants for you. This is what your soul has been crying out for even when your conscious mind did not have the words to express it. You were made for more than survival. You were made for more than just getting by. You were made for more than living in constant fear and struggle and lack. You were created to thrive, to prosper, to overflow with blessing, to walk in divine authority, to manifest miracles, to be a light in the darkness, to be a testimony of heaven's goodness on earth. But the forces of darkness know this too, which is why they fight so hard to keep you down, to keep you distracted, to keep you doubting, to keep you defeated. They know that if you ever fully wake up to who you really are, if you ever fully step into your divine identity, if you ever fully activate the spiritual power that lies dormant within you, you will become unstoppable. You will become a force for good that they cannot control. You will become a beacon of light that draws other people out of darkness. You will become a warrior of heaven that destroys their plans everywhere you go. And that is exactly what is about to happen if you choose to receive this message. The tragedy that was meant to break you is going to be transformed into a testimony that inspires thousands. The attack that was meant to destroy you is going to become the very thing that launches you into your destiny. The darkness that was meant to swallow you is going to be overwhelmed by the light that explodes out of you. Because when heaven intervenes, when divine power is released, when angelic forces are activated, the outcome is never in doubt. The darkness always loses. The enemy always flees. The victory always belongs to those who align themselves with the will of the Most High. So let me tell you exactly what you need to do right now in this moment. First, you need to make a decision in your heart that you receive this message as truth. You need to say, either out loud or silently in your mind, Archangel Michael, I receive your warning. I accept your protection. I open my heart to divine intervention. I say yes to heaven's help. This simple declaration of faith, this simple act of surrender, this simple choice to trust creates an opening in the spiritual realm that angels have been waiting for. It gives heaven legal authority to move on your behalf in ways that were blocked before by your skepticism or your disbelief or your closed heart. Second, you need to take inventory of your life right now and identify where the attacks are most concentrated. Where are you feeling the most pressure? Where are you experiencing the most fear? Where are things falling apart despite your best efforts? Where do you sense that something is not right, that something is working against you? This is where the spiritual battle is hottest, and this is where you need to direct your prayers, your declarations, your spiritual warfare. You need to speak directly to those situations and say, I break every curse over my finances. I break every curse over my relationships. I break every curse over my health. I break every curse over my destiny. By the authority of Archangel Michael and the power of the Most High, I command every dark force to leave me now. Third, you need to become aware of the people in your life who are serving as channels for negative energy. This does not mean you attack them or accuse them or cut them off immediately. It means you become discerning. You pay attention to how you feel when you are around certain people. Do you feel drained? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel confused? Do you feel like your energy is being sucked out of you? These are signs that someone in your circle is not operating in your best interest, whether they know it or not. And you need to create spiritual boundaries. You need to limit your exposure to toxic people. You need to protect your energy field from those who take more than they give. Fourth, you need to start practicing daily spiritual protection. Every morning when you wake up, before you even get out of bed, you need to invite angelic protection over your day. You need to say, Archangel Michael, I ask you to surround me with your angels today. Protect me from all harm, from all evil, from all negative energy. Clear my path. Open doors that need to be opened. Close doors that need to be closed. Guide my steps. Guard my words. Shield my heart. And let every plan of the enemy against me fail today. When you do this consistently, you build a force field of divine protection around your life that makes it increasingly difficult for dark forces to reach you. Fifth, you need to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that start showing up in your life. Heaven speaks through numbers, through songs, through conversations, through dreams, through gut feelings, through unexpected encounters. When you start seeing the same number repeatedly, that is heaven trying to get your attention. When a song plays at the exact moment you need to hear its message, that is heaven speaking. When someone says something to you that perfectly answers a question you have been asking in your heart, that is heaven responding. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. You are becoming spiritually attuned, and as you learn to recognize heaven's voice, you will find that you are being guided with increasing precision and clarity. And sixth, you need to share this message. You need to understand that you are not the only one who needs to hear these words. There are people in your life right now who are facing the same kind of spiritual attack, who are heading toward the same kind of tragedy, who need the same kind of divine intervention. And you have been chosen not only to receive this message but to be a messenger yourself. You have been chosen to be a light bearer, to be a truth teller, to be an agent of heaven in the lives of others. So do not keep this to yourself. Do not hide this light under a basket. Share these words with everyone who needs to hear them, because you never know whose life you might save by simply passing along a message from an archangel. Now I know some of you are wondering, is this really Archangel Michael? How can I be sure this is genuine and not just someone pretending to speak for heaven? And that is a fair question, a wise question, a question that shows you are thinking critically. So let me give you the way to test this message. After you finish reading these words, pay attention to what happens in your life over the next 3 days. Pay attention to the shifts, the changes, the breakthroughs, the protections, the miraculous timing. Pay attention to the peace that floods your soul, the clarity that comes to your mind, the strength that returns to your body. Pay attention to the way obstacles suddenly move out of your path. These things will be your confirmation. These things will be your proof. Because genuine divine intervention produces genuine divine results. And if you need further confirmation, ask for it. Pray right now and say, Archangel Michael, if this message is truly from you, give me a sign. Show me something in the next 24 hours that confirms your presence and your protection in my life. And then watch. Pay attention. Be alert. Because I promise you, the sign will come. It might be subtle. It might be dramatic. But it will be unmistakable to your spirit, and you will know in your heart that heaven heard your request and responded. But understand this, beloved soul, the sign is not the point. The protection is the point. The blessing is the point. The intervention is the point. The sign is just confirmation of what is already happening in the invisible realm. Angels are already moving on your behalf right now as you read these words. Divine intelligence is already rearranging circumstances in your favor. The tragedy that was approaching is already being diverted. The darkness that was closing in is already being pushed back. You are already under heaven's protection, whether you fully believe it yet or not, because I spoke it into existence the moment you encountered this message. And this is the mercy of the Most High, that divine help often arrives before we even know to ask for it, that angelic protection surrounds us even when we are unaware of the danger, that heaven's love pursues us even when we are running in the wrong direction. You have been loved all along. You have been protected all along. You have been guided all along. But now you are being given conscious awareness of that protection so that you can cooperate with it, so that you can align with it, so that you can maximize it, so that you can step into the fullness of the blessing that has always been your birthright as a child of the divine Creator. The tragedy that is coming is real, but so is the deliverance. The attack is real, but so is the defense. The darkness is real, but so is the light that overwhelms it. And you get to choose which reality you will experience based on how you respond to this message right now. Will you choose faith or fear? Will you choose trust or skepticism? Will you choose to receive or to reject? Will you choose to open your heart or to close it? Will you choose to say yes to heaven's help or to insist on facing your battles alone? I am telling you with every ounce of celestial authority that flows through my being, this is not the time to be proud. This is not the time to be stubborn. This is not the time to insist that you can handle everything on your own. The forces that are arrayed against you right now are beyond your ability to fight in your own strength. You need supernatural help. You need angelic intervention. You need divine power. And all of that is being offered to you freely, generously, abundantly right now. All you have to do is receive it. Think about how much energy you have spent trying to fix your problems on your own. Think about how many nights you have laid awake worrying about money, about relationships, about health, about the future. Think about how exhausted you are from carrying burdens that were never meant to be carried by human strength alone. Think about how tired you are of fighting battles that seem to multiply faster than you can win them. Think about how desperate you are for breakthrough, for relief, for a miracle, for something to change. And now recognize that everything you have been longing for is available right now. The breakthrough is here. The relief is here. The miracle is here. The change is here. All you have to do is reach out and take hold of it. This is your moment. This is your opportunity. This is your divine intersection where the temporal meets the eternal, where the earthly meets the heavenly, where human limitation meets divine possibility. And I, Archangel Michael, am standing at this intersection with you, offering you my hand, offering you my protection, offering you my guidance, offering you everything heaven has authorized me to release into your life. The question is not whether the help is real. The question is whether you will receive it. So let me ask you one final time, will you receive this message? Will you accept divine intervention? Will you open your heart to angelic protection? Will you partner with heaven in transforming the tragedy that was meant to destroy you into a testimony that will inspire countless others? Or will you skip this message, dismiss these words, close your heart, and face the coming storm alone? The choice is yours, and the time to make it is right now, in this moment, as you read these final words from an archangel who loves you more than you can comprehend and who will fight for you with everything in heaven's arsenal if you will simply say yes, I receive your message, Archangel Michael, and I accept your protection over my life.